There are days when the sun is shining and your heart feels full of fizz and fun. And then there are other days. Days when something feels off, when friends gather around someone else, when you feel invisible or too much or just not enough. This is one of those days for Sunflare, the bright little dragon with a big, kind heart. It's also a story of how he stayed with his feelings instead of pushing them away, and what happened when he let them move through like clouds across the sky. Because sometimes the bravest thing you can do is feel. This is the story of Sunflare and the feeling that got too big. It was a swirly, sparkly morning at Fire Breath School. Sunflare zipped into class with a special idea swirling in his chest, a new game called Sky Loop Adventure, with vines, feathers and cloud hoops. He couldn't wait to tell his friends, but when he got to the playing circle, something felt different. Everyone was gathered around Grumblewing. Grumblewing was showing off her triple flip flame move and had everyone oohing and eyeing. Even Flicker and Amber, who always played with Sunflare. They were sitting right beside her, giggling and copying her moves. Sunflare stood there, his wings twitching. He opened his mouth to speak, but no one looked. They don't care about my idea. No one even sees me. She takes all the attention. Sunflare's heart started to feel tight. His tail curled in. His chest buzzed. His face got hot. He turned away and sat at the edge of a glade, arms crossed. And that's when the thought came. I wish my teacher would send a pigeon to Mama Liora. She would swoop in and take me home right now. But then he remembered what Ginger the fairy had taught him. Feelings don't last forever, Sunshine Wing. When you let them move through, they change. Just notice. So Sunflare placed one paw on his chest and the other one on his belly. And he took a deep breath. In like the wind, out like a sleepy dragon sigh. Then he tapped on the spots Ginger showed him, on the side of his eyes, under his snout, on top of his head, the little bony bit below his wings. And as he tapped, he whispered, right now I feel left out. I wish they saw me. I feel angry and sad and small. But I'm still a good dragon. And I am safe to feel all this. After a while, he noticed that something was shifting. The tightness in his chest loosened. The heat in his face faded. And the sadness swirled and softened. And underneath it, he found something surprising. First, loneliness. And then hope. Flicker had looked up. She was waving him over. Sunflare just smiled a little smile. Not because everything was fixed, not because he wasn't still figuring it out, but because he'd stayed with his feelings. He had let them come, and then let them go. And when the day was done and Sunflare flew home under the soft amber sky, Mama Liora was waiting by the sunstones. She didn't ask, "Did you have a good day?" She just looked him right in the eye, wrapped her golden wings gently around him and whispered, "I saw your light today, even when it flickered. You were so courageous, my love, to stay with those big feelings, to reach for your tools, to breathe, to tap, to allow instead of pushing it all away." She rested her snout against his. You know, sweetheart, pain is part of life sometimes. But suffering, staying stuck in it, that's optional. And today, you chose something different. Sunflare closed his eyes and melted into the hug. His heart warm with appreciation, softness, and the quiet sparkle of peace. Sometimes our hearts feel too full, Sometimes we feel left out, forgotten, or jealous. And that's okay. Feelings are meant to move. You don't have to run away from them. You don't have to act on them. All feelings are allowed. Our actions do have boundaries. So you can just breathe. You can tap and notice. Because Sunflare learned, when you stay with what's true, you make space for what's next. And please remember, feeling is healing, and you are never alone inside your heart.